Oh, now let's go ahead and get this thing underway. Gonna go ahead and move us over here. Hey everyone. And I'm gonna give Spotify the rest of the evening off. Hey everyone. Spidey Librarian here. Oh, sorry. Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to tonight's live stream, where we are going to be, for Film First Friday, we are going to be attempting to watch the movie Cannibal Holocaust. And I've not really been looking forward to this. I like horror movies. I am not a fan of the real life stuff. You'll never get me to watch a movie like, I don't know, Faces of Death. I know, like those, I think those are just like snuff films, but like, and I don't think that's what this is, but apparently this is about as close as you can get. It was apparently extremely gory, extremely violent, and everything I've read about this movie has really kind of made me question whether or not I actually want to watch. I mean, okay, it has made me not want to watch it. However, this is a movie that won a poll that my coworkers and I put on. My coworkers, Crystal, Esteban, and myself, we put up a poll. We each nominated a movie to have our viewers vote on us to watch and discuss for the month of April. And Cannibal Holocaust, which I will say was not my it was not my nomination. I'm not going to say whose nomination it was, but it was not mine, and it ended up winning. And I don't know. I don't think we had that many votes to begin with. It's just that I guess those who did vote are particularly sadistic. So, I do think that a movie like this, I do think a movie like this is worth discussing. And so part of the reason that I am steeling my stomach and, you know, at least going to attempt to watch this film, at least until I get, you know, uncomfortable enough that I decide I'm done. But I do feel like these kinds of movies, this one was definitely a boundaries pusher. This movie has been banned before, or had been banned before, is probably the more correct way to say it. The film was seized upon release by the Italian government. The director was arrested because I believe it was so realistic, and I think in some cases real. Like, my understanding is that there is actual animal death in this movie, that, you know, like, they weren't certain that there weren't actual people that might have actually been killed during this film. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know all the details. It's just that everything I read kind of made me go, ooh, I don't know if this is going to be me. I'm not afraid to watch a movie that is controversial, or, you know, maybe expresses viewpoints that I don't agree with. I don't have a problem watching something like that, but I don't know, this kind of raw, like, you know, I'm told there are plenty of, you know, up close shots. There are plenty of sound effects. There are plenty of things that are going to churn your stomach, or they're at least going to try to. And I mean, you know, we're gonna find out I'm gonna find out when I watch. I will not blame a single one of you if you decide not to watch this movie. In fact, I kind of feel good about that. Like, this is just like, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, you pure soul, and I admire you for that, because I would not choose to watch this given my druthers. I would just be like, yeah, no, let's just try to discuss it without. However, I want to try to respect the results of the poll. And I suppose at the very least, I have to dip my toe into this genre of film before I can really start commenting on it. So that is the reason, despite, excuse me, sorry, there we go. There, my tones are a little more dulcet now. That is why I have decided, despite great apprehension and probably personal distaste, to go ahead and, subject myself to this and see what we can do. So, with all of that said, and I was struggling to figure out what I would put up in the poll or anything. I am going to do this, however, and again, feel free not to click on this link. Feel free to click on it if you really want to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to this movie. You can watch it for free on a streaming service called Kanopy, Kanopy. And you can access Kanopy with a valid library card. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that. Here's where I'll be watching tonight's movie. And then in parentheses, valid library card required. All right. And that's going to be a pinned post, purely for informational purposes. So let me go ahead and just do that. I was not able to come up with a poll tonight. I didn't really want to do anything relevant to this film, and I felt doing something unrelevant to it would just be cope, which, whatever. I've had to cope with things before, but if anyone comes up with a good poll idea, I'll put one in the stream. Just let me know. So anyways, I've had plenty to say about this so far. I'm going to be repeating a lot of this and probably a little bit more when we do the the reaction video portion of the recording, which we're going to do in a few minutes. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to set up our sound. So let me go ahead and get my headphones on, and I will go ahead and there we go. I will go ahead and mute the desktop audio so that you guys will not hear what I'm about to listen to or play. Let's just go with a YouTube video. And I did not want to play that guy. I definitely don't want to play that guy. Ooh, hey, the Marvel Rivals Season 2 first look. Let's go ahead and play that. Okay. I've got someone narrating a Marvel Rivals video. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. There we go. All right. Okay. You know what? Dude's talking about the Marvel Rivals Battle Pass. You know what I'm going to do? Here's going to be my poll question tonight. What do you think of the Marvel Rivals Season 2 Battle Pass? That is going to be that is going to be my cope poll question here. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to put looks great. Looks fine. Actually, you know what? We're going to do looks great. Meh. Hate it. And then for the final option, I don't play Marvel Rivals. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we are. All right, so I think we are good to go there. I believe I'm going to go ahead and set up the movie itself. I'm just going to go ahead and get it to the timeline. I'm going to hit 000 on it. Dear God, on 000, it immediately like I'm getting footage of jungle treetops already. So like it is just like right there. There's like no there's no like logos for production studios or anything like that. It is just getting right into it. This movie is an hour and 36 minutes and 8 seconds long, according to the timeline. And we're going to get to it in just a moment. Okay. Right. All right. I guess I'm going to have to start talking about this. I've already got one vote that says I don't play Marvel Rivals. CG, I'm going to assume that's you. So thank you for participating. I appreciate it. So, okay. All right. So before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and give the customary talk. This is a this Film First Fridays. Film First Friday streams are watch party streams, which means that I do not show the video or the audio from the movie in the stream. That would be a copyright violation that I do not want to contend with, and that frankly, you guys don't want me contending with. So, just kind of saying that from the get go. It's just going to be the camera on me reacting to what I'm watching. And, excuse me. I'm sorry. I got sinus and mucus issues, so like I've got phlegm creeping into my throat. So if I sound a bit scratchy, that's why. All right. Um, Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the reaction video portion of the recording. I don't even know why I'm doing I guess because it's habit. But I can guarantee you guys this. If somehow I make it through this whole movie, I can pretty much guarantee you this. There will never be an actual reaction video that I make to this movie. I can pretty much guarantee that, and I'll talk about that more once we get started when I do the reaction video portion of the recording. So I guess let's stop beating around the bush and just start doing that, and we are going to do that right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Film First Friday, where I watch a movie that I have never seen before, and I typically do these on Friday nights. Tonight's feature is the 1980 Italian movie. I'm hesitant to even say the category, but it is a cannibal movie called Cannibal Holocaust. I would typically never choose to watch a movie like this. I do not have I like my horror movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm up for a good scary movie. However, these kind of hyper realistic, kind of like almost like snuff film type movies, I've never had any interest in. Heck, I've avoided the Saw movies because essentially they're considered to be what is popularly termed as torture porn. And I'm just like, not this. This is not my thing. This is not my thing. And based on everything that I've read about this movie, because once I saw the reputation that it had and everything, I had to do some research, and I've just been very kind of apprehensive for about the last month. It was about a month ago that this emerged as the winner of a poll that my coworkers and we do a monthly live stream where we talk about a horror movie. And for the month of April, we decided to put we decided to put forth 3 different movies and have our viewers vote on what we watched. Well, I don't think we got that many votes, but apparently we have enough of a percentage of viewers who I'm questioning their taste right now, that Cannibal Holocaust won. And so when I started researching the movie, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through this and watch it. That is what this stream is for. And I feel the need, probably more so than usual, because this technically appeals to every movie watch party stream that I do. I reserve the right to stop the movie and just kind of peace out and decide I'm done if I think that it is becoming too unpleasant an experience, if I am starting to feel sick or overwhelmed, or my body just has some kind of overwhelming panic reaction or something like that. Hasn't happened before, but I think if it could happen here. Now, I know that some of you might be asking, okay, Spidey Librarian, like, we love you and everything. If you have issues with this movie, why are you going to watch it? Well, it was the winner of a poll that the viewers of my monthly live stream with my coworkers put together, and so I want to try to respect the results of that poll. Also, I think that it is, I mean, we're going to be discussing this movie a week from today, a week from this Friday. We'll be discussing it next Friday, regardless of whether or not I watch it. And so I don't like coming to a movie. I don't like coming to any discussion unprepared. And so I feel like I should at least try to prepare for this as much as possible. And for better or worse, that involves watching this movie. Now, and again, yes, I'm stalling. I don't care. I'm stalling because I'm reluctant to get started. A movie like this, though, I do think is worth talking about, which is, again, part of the reason that I want to watch it, whether or not I get through it. Because a movie like this really does kind of open up discussions of, okay, you know, what kind of reactions are you looking for in a horror movie? What kinds of reactions, what kinds of scares are, you know, like, is there a right kind of scare? Is everything legit? What goes too far? Things like that. It also covers, you know, it's also good for a discussion about things like people's boundaries and consent. You know, like, again, I have major apprehensions about even trying to watch this movie, and I'm going to give it a shot. But as you guys know, I'm really on the fence about it. Hello to Trevor Murphy. Sorry, I'm getting all wrapped up in my pre-game speech here. Pre-movie talk here. So, but good to see you. Thank you for joining. You know, and then, I mean, you know, there are also other issues like, you know, censorship, government intervention on media. You know, there's a lot that you could talk about with regard to this movie, even without having seen it. If you've just done some research on this movie, you can probably talk about aspects of it without having to put yourself through it. So, this movie has, you know, apparently terrible depictions, and these are apparently realistic depictions of actual, like, indigenous peoples who don't have any idea about the rest of the world, about technology, about anything like that. And I'm told that those depictions are pretty terrible. The camera crew, the fictitious camera crew, are apparently all terrible people, what have you. You know, I guess I'm just putting out content warnings right here. There is apparently actual animal death and killing, which I know I'm going to be upset about, but, you know, forewarned is forearmed, I guess. I don't know. There is sexual assault. There are people eating people, apparently. There is a lot about this movie that made me go, ah, okay, all right. I'm going to have to steel myself and see if I can sit through it. And that is what we are about. It is what I am about to do. You do not have to. In fact, unless you are actively seeking out this kind of entertainment, I encourage you not to. All right. Okay. I'm going to get ready. And, oh, well, I have to do the outro. Hold on. Plugging in my phone. I don't even care that I'm taking my time here. So, all right. And it looks like I got at least 3 votes on the poll. 2 of you do not play Marvel Rivals. 1 of you does. Nice. All right. And it looks great. Yay. I think it looks awesome myself. So, okay. All right. So, yeah, we're going to try to sit through this movie, and we're going to do that in just a moment. If you enjoy this reaction, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and excuse me. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, if you enjoy this reaction, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reactions to these media. All right. Whether you like or dislike this movie, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. And finally, you can find the full and unedited reactions. Sorry, you can find the full and unedited live streams to these reactions on my YouTube channel. There is a master list of all movies that I have watched, or in the case of this movie, attempted to watch. We'll see. On my YouTube channel, but I'm also starting to break them up into smaller playlists, mostly based on genre. Cannibal Holocaust would be a subgenre of the horror genre. God, I'm saying genre way too many times here. And would be found on that playlist, assuming that again I make it through it. All right. And again, you can find those lists on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. Okay. I think that's everything. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And, fate have mercy on our stomachs and souls here. All right. Putting on ye old headphones. Okay. All right, guys. Let me just do a couple more things. Again, I realize I am probably just putting this off. I don't even care. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go. Okay. All right, everyone. Cannibal Holocaust from the year 1980. Here we go. Okay, we've at least got a calming little guitar intro to this film. No, we're getting production credits, but they're overlaid over the movie. So, I'm assuming this is the kind of like there's the title. I assume this is like the kind of jungle area where the film is going to take place. So, okay. I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea how much of this I'm going to talk through. There's too much, like, bad anticipation going on right now with me. Wondering if I should have consumed alcohol tonight. For the sake of authenticity, some sequences have been retained in their entirety. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, we're just bringing it out to the front. All right, there are still people practicing cannibalism. Okay, so this guy's setting it up. He's a reporter of some. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Interesting. So, is this the first found footage film? Okay. Acting's a bit hammy here, but oh, really? Okay, so they're setting up how dangerous this is. And these guys just do not care. They're they're rather full of themselves. Okay, so they're making them not exactly sympathetic. All right. Oh boy. Primitive cultures. So is he going to ascertain the fate of these filmmakers or what? Oh boy. I'm guessing. Okay, so right now, oh boy. Okay, that is definitely not an animal. I mean, unless you consider that the human being is technically an animal. Okay, all right. Well, there we go. There was difficult part number one right there. Now, I was going to say, are these the actual indigenous people right here? I guess I kind of have to assume they are for the moment. Oh, God. Okay, why are these guys out here shooting at them? Okay, see, this is what makes me think those are actors. Because, I don't know, that kind of a stunt sequence right there, I don't know that you'd want to actually have an actual native do that to you. I don't know. Again, why are these military types hunting these people? Like, dude, leave them alone and they'll leave you alone, right? I don't know. Okay, this guy he has failed his perception check. Okay, never mind. All right. Why? Why are you showing this? Again, I don't understand anything that's being said, but whatever. Nothing to do. Kalostima, I think, isn't that what a shame? Something like that. He's speaking too fast. I can translate some Spanish, but is it Spanish or is it Italian? Oh, is this the are these the kids? Are these the young filmmakers and their guide? I mean, if I were one of these paramilitary types, I'd be like, no, we're not babysitting a bunch of kids. So maybe they're being paid well for it. I don't know. I only see two people in that plane. Okay, this is the professor, dude. Uh-huh. Okay, at least one of these guys like, I don't want to be here. Okay. We can't even guarantee that he'll return at this point. I'm not much of a beer drinker, but I've had skunked beer and it's bad. Okay. So he's trying to figure out what exactly happened to them. I think we can guess. Oh, I mean, okay, this guy's like, yeah, all right. I'm not happy about this. Tree people? They're not cannibals? What? I can only imagine, God, what it must be like to have another human being, like, literally kind of opening your mouth and looking, like, over you so clinical. I mean, yeah, I go to the dentist, but this is different entirely. So the son of a shaman is here for what purpose? Oh boy. I mean, that's a distinct possibility, I suppose. Yeah, that would be me in the jungle. I'd be like, whoa, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, what about leeches? Are there leeches? Because I would have an issue with leeches. So they're making the Yakumo guy into a pack animal? Okay, what are caiman? Leeches, yeah. I'm like, what about the leeches? I mean, I understand that attitude. Um, but I don't know. The professor here so far isn't completely unlikable. Very likely, yeah. Oh, oh. I can only imagine what it must have been like to film that actual jungle cat coming at you. I mean, is that like an actual wild, what is that, tiger? No, that's a leopard. Or is that like a stunt animal provided by an agency? Oh boy, yep, musical cue. There we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, we've got a skull with things crawling out of it. Yeah, if I'd been in the professor's place, I probably Philly. Well, I probably would have thrown up too. Ugh. Catching an animal and then cooking it directly. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus. Oh, why did they have to show that? Wow, yeah, no. Drug use. Ugh. Okay, all right. So right now, like, I'm expecting the cannibal stuff, the meat stuffing into the face. I can handle that. The frickin' marsupial or mammal or whatever that was, like that was actual killing. I don't see how that could have been faked. And oh god, they didn't have to show that. I'm sorry. Oh god. Is that one of the students? Okay. Naked body. Oh god. What does it look like? Ritualistic punishment. Okay. Oh. Okay, wow. See, my issue here is that you can depict or you can suggest this stuff without having to get like I don't know. I mean, I suppose this part could be a lot more graphic than what we've seen so far, but wow, that's disturbing. What the hell? Okay, genital mutilation. Ah. It's like, don't you even try to stop this. Oh my god. Doing all of that and then he's gonna kill her? Okay, alright. So they're doing their damnedest to make these indigenous people look as terrible as possible. Is she even still alive at this point? I almost hope not. Oh, hey, Eddie. My current timestamp is 23 minutes. Okay. Oh, boy. Excuse me. So, what, they're all armed right now? Professor's got that tiny, tiny little pistol, too. Hey, Eddie, all I'm gonna say, man, you don't have to watch this. I'm kinda do, but, you know, I reserve the right to peace out, so. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, yay. We have male nudity, sure, whatever. Uh-oh. Whoa. Are you kidding me? If Miguel pulls this off, you better buy him a frickin' car. So we mean you no harm, please don't kill us. Okay, so we got a negotiation in progress here. Is he speaking their language? Yeah. um, I would have the same response. Like, dude, I don't know about this. All the crap that he's seeing at this point, I don't blame him. Okay, they're like, go away, go away. Okay, did they return their dude? What? What is that? It must have been an article or an item of clothing or a trinket from one of the students. Dude, put the gun down. Is he taking them somewhere? Whoa. All right, we got skulls and bones all over the place. Is he reenacting how they died? I don't understand. I like how the professor, like when that guy got close to him, he uh he didn't flinch, he didn't back away. My understanding is if you're an anthropology professor or someone who has experience with those kinds of cultures, you have to have like balls of steel, basically. Okay, so he's wielding a switchblade. How is it all right now? Do I even want to know what that is? What is it? Okay, I would like to know what Hisiomo is. Okay, so they at least seem to be making a cordial relationship with the natives. That's good, right? Okay. Tree people and swamp people. I imagine that includes them too. All right, dude. Okay. So there's just something going on. They're right in the middle of it. Or they're not in the middle of it, but they're in media res. Okay. They're going real big with the synth music. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, well, I don't know if they're dead because it looked like the guy moved his arm of his own accord. Oh, okay. Slicing him open, I guess? I don't know. Okay, more essay going on here. What are they doing? Yeah, you guys better just stay to the side. Are you serious? Why? Why get involved? Why not just let them fight it out? That'd be like prime directive and all. Okay. Oh, great. We get to watch an execution. Why are they not gonna? Aren't they gonna not understand him? Someone's watch. Okay. How? Okay. That's a course of action. And again, this is exactly the kind of thing that I would expect an anthropologist to do. Oh my god. Okay. All the all the women have been like, "Hey, how you doing?" Okay, she's handling his junk. All right. Okay, so he's letting them examine him, I guess. They're looking at his mustache. They're doing whoa. All right. So at least the Yamamomo women are like, okay, we like you, or at least they seem to. Oh boy, here we go. More more disturbing imagery of skulls and bones with bugs coming out them. Gross. Oh, is that a cam? That's a camcorder. Okay. Oh man. I don't like the use of the word savages, but this is just how things were said and done and back then. What are you doing? What is he gonna do? Why? I thought you were trying to make inroads. Like, just can you use your words, such as it is, you know? What are you doing? Okay. See, I have no idea if that's a good reaction or not. I would be like, what the hell? But this guy clearly knows something I don't. So, whoa. Is that person alive? They invited you to dinner. Oh boy. That's supposed to be human innards, I believe. Okay, dude, you're the anthropologist. You got to decide if it's worth it. Oh god. Congratulations, dude. You just became a cannibal. Again, anthropologists will do stuff like that in those situations. So you got. Okay, so he made it back. Okay. There might be nothing on there. Are you crazy? Let the guy review the footage. Oh, God. So, Alan Yates is no stranger to controversial footage. Okay. Oh, my God. Powerful? I suppose that's one way to put it. Okay, so Alan is just smarmy, it appears. He got into a real world situation that he couldn't handle. Prima donnas. All right, okay, we'd seen some of this footage earlier in the movie. I was like, yeah, why are you bringing an electric shaver? Why did you bring anything? Okay, hello, Faye. Okay, I figured. Oh my God. Yeah, won't dispute you there. I don't know if I use the word professionals. Maybe they were very talented, but Oh, is that his dad? I don't know if you really want to know that. I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. Okay. Wow. 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 Mr. Tommaso is just like, didn't care for his son, it seemed. Light fogged? Okay. The heck? Okay. All right. The clowning, the middle fingers, all this stuff. I'm just like, what are these? Uh huh. You got some butterflies. Oh no. Oh no. What are they gonna do? Dear God, come on. You're gonna film this? What are you doing to that turtle? Leave it alone. Oh, Jesus. What the hell? Nope. Oh. What was the point of showing that? What was the point of doing that? Okay, at least she's having a bad gut reaction to it. Why? Why would you do this? I'm told the people that were involved in the making. Oh, gross. What what a bastard. What assholes these people are. God, on behalf of my species, I apologize to turtles everywhere. Why? What? Are they doing this because they need to survive? I just keep it to those parts. This is what's the word? Yeah, I'm with Faye. I would be like, nope, I don't even want to look. And if you couldn't tell, I looked away several times already. What are you doing this for? And how can you film that with such gusto? Gross, disgusting. Ugh. And it just makes me hate these people, which I imagine is the point, but oh, oh, gee, thanks for that. Stock music. God, dude, get the damn thing off of her. Ugh. Oh, okay, all right. I guess because it's a spider, but it was a big one. Do you really have to? Wow. Oh, hey, moving in circles in a wooded area, huh? I think that happened to the Blair Witch Project. And I guess we are at the found footage portion of the film, so. Well, maybe you shouldn't be going out to the jungle so much. What? Oh, God! Snake! Okay, alright. The context, I mean, the killing of the snake, that was still graphic, But at least that was given a reason. The hell? Okay, I certainly hope that was staged for the actor's sake. And now he's cauterizing it. Ow. Oh, God. And these guys look like they're almost enjoying it. He died. So the guy dies out there, and they're just going to leave him. I'm going to guess that that was very offensive to the locals. What? Dude likes recording. That's what you guys are supposed to do, right? Oh my God. Okay, well. God. What's a Cayman? Oh God. Oh no no no. Are you frickin' kidding me? No, I would get the hell out of the water. No frickin' way. You couldn't pay me to do something like this. No way. What are you doing? Okay, they've captured a monkey. No, 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 no. Don't show this. Don't show this. Don't. Like, I get this is what some native cultures are gonna do, but do you have to show it? What are you doing? No, you don't. Dude! Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go over well. Oh, great. We've got someone who has already seen all this. What? I didn't see what was going on there, but whatever. How are these natives so smooth-faced? Like, I just don't see any, like... I don't see any, like, chin hair or anything on any of them. And they are staying away from them. Oh, that's the guy they oh, man. What are you gonna do? No, 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 no. Dude, what a prick. Wow. What a bunch of imperialist crap we're dealing with here from these people. I mean, again, I get they're making these filmmakers unlikable. I get that, but they didn't need to get this graphic about it. What are you gonna do? Oh my god. Why? Why are they doing this? I don't understand. This is hardly what you do if you're trying to make some kind of a... Wow. Okay, why are they playing this particular piece of music? The fuck? Jesus. These people are freaking horrible. Like, there's a special place in hell for these kinds of characters. Now I can understand why a lot of the actors and people who took part in this movie, like, they had to deal with some pretty severe emotional and mental trauma afterwards. I don't blame them. And if they actually did this to a bunch of natives, I can understand why the director was arrested once this came to knowledge. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, all right. So they've done something successful and now they're having celebratory nookie. Good for them, I guess. But I mean, like this helps me to understand why they ended up getting flipping murdered. Like, huh. Are they doing it in like the charred remains of the house that they burned down or what? Okay, yet another thing we don't need to see, although I'm not as disturbed by it as some of the other things that I've seen. Oh, okay, yay, you guys have sex. All right. Of course you believe it. This is what you guys do. Impact, authenticity, graphicness. Oh my god. This lady is just off the deep end. I mean, he makes a decent point. Would you like people to make money off of your misery? Being in the river. Okay. What, they don't know? They know enough. Then, oh god. Is that guy still alive? Oh, God. Oh, God. Social surgery? What is happening? What are they doing? Wait, are they disrupting these people? What? Oh, God. As a woman who is clearly pregnant, is she giving birth? What the flip? So, I just want to make sure I got that right. So, there was a woman about to give birth. What did they do? Did they rip the fetus out of her, bury the fetus, and then kill her with stones? Yamamomo? Yamamamo? That's what I would want, yes. Ooh, great. So there's more of it coming. Yay. Okay. There's actually less than 20 minutes left in the movie. Oh boy. This is going to be the part where they're like, here, now we're really going to put it to you, right? Almost hospitable. What is that? Is that coconut? What is it? What the hell? Really? Yeah. Oh my god. What assholes? Really? It takes one to know one. Known for their cruelty, huh? Oh my god. More sexual assault. Great. Jesus. I want you to stop and not do this. Jesus. Uh huh. Professor's looking at the executives like, see? Okay, so she's upset that they're wasting the film, and she's not upset about the actual SA that's going on. Man, it's like I'd grab a stone and start beating these guys too. Well, she hasn't, but you know. Wow. So she ends up becoming a victim herself. What the hell? Oh, God. It's the kind of thing that I would expect to see in a frickin', I don't know. Oh, God. Whatever, dude. Is that the. Did they do that? Did her people do that to her because of what the filmmakers did to her? Uh huh. Really? This is this. They're wanting an Oscar. Well, well, well. Yikes. Just shot him because he got impaled. Wow. Yep. You brought that one on yourselves. Oh boy. Okay, all right. Could have gone my whole life without seeing that. Man, they don't want to kill them. They want to take them apart. Is it his friend who's filming too? Because God, how traumatic would that have to be? Took him apart. Took him apart. Yep. It's like they're getting near the end. They're like, okay, let's get real graphic with this. So as far as I know, that's just the one, though, right? What about the other three? Yeah, hey, you sure you guys want to show all of this, huh? Well, it took Faye. Think of the film. Yeah. Oh, great. More of this. I mean, I knew it was coming, so to speak. And dude is just sitting here filming it. Like, my God, dude. Unbelievable. We've got the cameraman now. Yep. Okay. No, that's was that Jack? Maybe not. I don't know. And these guys are like, yeah, maybe we should reconsider some things. I would certainly hope after seeing this. Jesus. I want this material burned. Projectionist John K. Kirov was given a 2-month suspended jail sentence and fined $10,000 for illegal appropriation of film material. We know that he received $250,000 for that same footage. Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually made it to the end here. Oh boy, am I going to have some things to say about this. is a very, very short, like, cast and production list, too. Like, man, this movie really wanted itself to get seen. All right. Okay. Well, I'm just going to make sure that I'm as close up to date as possible. Okay. All right. Um, movie's over. Um, God, that was an experience. Hold on just a moment. I am taking my time right here. So I think alcohol definitely would have been helpful tonight. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get into it. All right, and that was Cannibal Holocaust. I'm not even sure how to describe this. So the movie has a character of the professor guy, the one who goes and finds the footage of the four. I'm just going to call them film students for now, and the entire story seems to be framed about the kind of moral and ethical decision about whether or not to release this footage to the public. And it's a very it's a fairly flimsy excuse to show all of this stuff, basically. And you know, the kind of through line seems to be that we, you know, we're showing how ridiculously I'm not even going to use the word savage. I don't like that word. Let's just use the word vicious. Humans can be, but the irony here is that it's supposed to be that it's not the cannibalistic natives, so much as the asshole filmmakers who are going in and being cruel to them and riling them up and everything in the first place. And I can kind of understand that plot and go along with it, but then, like, you have a film that is supposed to be a commentary on how terrible human beings can be to each other in these kinds of situations. And then I go and read about how none of the actual native tribes that were featured in this movie. So I don't know necessarily what to think is actual, like, really happening versus what is just, not like what has been created, like, I'm pretty sure that those actors survived the filming, physically at least. So, but those native tribes were given, to my knowledge, no compensation for their involvement in this film, and they probably had no idea what the heck was going on. So, for me, that whole premise kind of falls flat as someone who has now watched the movie and then was, aware of some of the stuff that went on around it. Because I did research this movie before I watched it, and it's one of the reasons that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through it. I made it through it. I'm not exactly happy that I made it through it. And there's a lot of stuff in there that I was like, why? Why do you have to show this? What narrative, what aesthetic, what, production kind of value are you getting other than grossing people out? And I guess I guess that was just the point of this film. And, you know, now I will say this. There are movies that I have started to watch and then been unable to watch them, all right? I don't know if I had not done some research on this movie. I don't know if I would have been able to make it through. But because I had, I feel like maybe I was able to kind of steel myself and be like, okay, all right, get ready to put on the angry face while you're watching or something. And, um, but I will tell you about a movie that I did have to stop watching. All right. This is probably almost 20 years ago. And I've seen, I was watching, it was a horror movie that someone that I was dating at the time wanted to watch. And so we started watching it. And it was called Madhouse, I think was the name of the movie. And there was a scene in it where a person is getting like not only killed, but like in very graphic fashion, like it's drawn out. And there's a lot of, um, like essentially what made me say, all right, stop. I'm not watching any more of this. We need to stop the movie. Is that there was such an overwrought and extended use of very graphic, like, we're seeing things that I would rather not describe. There are things that I don't want to describe in this movie too, by the way. But it was done in such a way and in kind of like this shocking close up. You had sound playing, like the sound in this movie is tame by comparison, but we're talking like very loud, kind of very what's the word? I don't know. It overwhelmed the senses. That's what Madhouse was doing in order to scare me. It was scaring me, but it was doing it in a way that I felt cheated because it was directly assaulting my senses. It was assaulting my biology and doing it in a way where I wasn't able to filter enough of it out of it to the point where like I was scared, but I was also mad at it for doing things in this way. And so I was like, nope, we're not watching that anymore. So what I will say for Cannibal Holocaust is that it does not do that. However, that doesn't make it any less disturbing to watch, because I guess for me, the saving grace is that what I'm seeing is so realistically depicted that aside from the occasional like synth tones that you're hearing to underscore the sinisterness of the scene, you're still not being overwhelmed auditorily. Now, you could argue that you're being overwhelmed visually, but I can just look away at that point, and I did look away several times. There were so many things that I was just like, why did you need to show that? What the hell? Why did you need to show that? I don't get it. Hey, CG, how you doing? Good to see you again. I feel surprised. CG says he's surprised that I got through the film. I hope that everything's okay. I think it helps that I knew what I was getting myself into. And so I'm not going to say anything like, "Oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be." No, this was pretty bad. This was pretty bad. It's definitely one of those gross you out kind of movies, and it's unfortunately pretty good at it. It is not helped by the fact that there is actual animal death in this. There is genital mutilation. There is sexual assault. There is sexual violence. there is a whole lot going on in this movie that is very distasteful to watch. Um, okay, very distasteful to experience, basically, even secondhand. So yeah. What do I think of this movie? I will never watch this movie again. Am I am I upset that I have seen it? A little, a little, but it's not a movie like several times there are characters in the movie that they're so disturbed by what is going on around them, but by what they're even doing that they throw up. And I can say that in those situations, and probably several others myself, I probably would have thrown up. Um, I know that a lot of the cast and crew of this movie, some of them left the acting profession or the film production profession behind entirely. Some of them needed to take a break. Some of them had to check themselves in for mental and emotional issues. I can see why. I'm told that the filming conditions in this movie were actually terrible. The director was terrible. And so, I can understand the controversy around this movie. Um, Eddie, I just read your chat, man. Not gonna lie, I just had to eat beef tacos, and this movie really did not support my appetite in any way. Eddie, do you know what I want to? Do you want to know what I ate shortly before watching this? And for the record, my stomach is fine. Okay. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm made of tougher stuff than I would have thought. But this is not a movie I would have chosen to watch, and this is definitely not a movie I would choose to watch again. And I definitely have no interest in seeing other films of this stripe. This is just like, yeah, no. But yeah, like if you want to know what I ate just before the movie started, I will tell you, but I'm not going to tell you that without you actually saying, "Fine, go ahead, tell me." So, you know. But yeah, beef tacos. I mean, hopefully you had some veggies in there, That's kind of all I can say. So, CG Anime Fan asks if this is the worst film that I've seen for the channel. I would have to unequivocally say yes. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the narrative. I get the narrative, and I can understand making a story like a movie around that narrative. I definitely would have made a ton of different directorial and cinematography choices. So, yeah, no, no, no. Um, this was I don't know. This was an interesting movie. I guess I will say this much for it. All right. I guess I will say that I I think glad is maybe a strong word here, but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyways. I'm glad I have exposed myself to this type of film so that I can at least know with authority that I do not wish to watch it in the future. This is a movie that is needlessly graphic and gross. It doesn't need to be. It does not need to be like this. This is not a movie for polite company. This is not a movie for polite society. This is not a movie like it definitely raises some issues to discuss. And I feel like the narrative deals with it in a fairly ham-handed way. Like the whole, showing the executives this actual terrible, terrible last footage and one of them going, all right, destroy this, and then the woman executive who is all like, yeah, let's put it out there. Like she looks at the professor and she's definitely chastened and everything. And it's all very ham handed, but like, I feel like if you have to make a movie that is this graphic and this shocking and this gross, without using a lot more nuance and a lot more restraint in your filmmaking, then in my opinion, there is just something wrong with your storytelling technique. There really is, the four filmmakers who were not likable, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I felt kind of a visceral sense of, you know what, you brought this on yourselves. And so, but like, do I think that they should have been beheaded and SA'd? Mm, I mean, I wouldn't choose to do that to them, but the fact that it happened to them, I'm just kind of like, be a better human. Be a better human in the future, So I think that this movie is, I think this movie deserves credit for one thing. As best I can tell, this is kind of the original found footage movie. All right. The Blair Witch Project, which I don't think got made until almost 20 years later, I would not be surprised if they took a whole lot of inspiration from this movie. And I mean, one of my favorite scary movies, not the Blair Witch Project, and certainly not this, is a found footage movie. You ever seen Cloverfield? I freaking love Cloverfield. It is probably one of my favorite, like, monster movies ever, So, but there were at least 4 or 5 different animals that I'm pretty sure they literally just killed them. The turtle. I'm sorry, that turtle scene pissed me off. Like, what the hell? You have to find a turtle. You have to kill the turtle to survive off of its flesh. Okay, fine. You have to do that. Did you have to give me the full tour as you, I don't even want to describe what they did to it, Like, that was probably, for me, that was probably the most disturbing scene, because it was so drawn out and it was so unbelievably graphic. Like, that really, it angered me to watch that scene. It angered me to watch one of the people, like, just kill a mammal, like, early on in the film. Just gutted it right there. Like, especially as a cat owner, I'm like, dude, I want to rip your head off now. Like, that's how I felt. And so, but I mean, there was plenty of other stuff here. I don't care for the way that the indigenous tribes were depicted. I don't like, I think at one point the professor, he says that I think he calls them savage tribes. I don't like the word savage, but that's how, that was the language of the time, I guess, he says, they are primitive and they must be respected as such. And like, I wouldn't have minded if we had actually seen, other than the stuff at the beginning where the trained anthropologist is actually trying to make, he's trying to make inroads with the indigenous tribes. And, as far as I can tell, and I'm not an expert, he does a pretty good job of it. But like, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the tribes at their better and not at their worse. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like as far as I can tell, these were actual indigenous tribes. Those weren't actors, as far as I know. And they were not compensated to my knowledge. Uh they were not given anything. They were, yeah, they have no need for money, but like I don't know, you could have brought them food or something or medicine or I don't know. I don't know. But overall, I don't regret exposing myself to this kind of movie specifically for the purpose of saying I know now that I don't ever want to watch this type of movie again. Um, I didn't, I wasn't moved to like physical, visceral, like nausea or anything, and that's good. So, but I can honestly and now in an informed sense say that I have no desire to watch this movie ever again. I have no desire to watch this type of movie ever again. And at the very least, I'm thankful to this movie for allowing me to say that with authority now. And that's all I'm going to say. So, hey, Zell, how you doing? Hold on a second, and we can talk more about Emma Frost in a minute. Let me finish up here. So yeah, Cannibal Holocaust. I can pretty much say with authority, I watch these movies with the intention of eventually making reaction videos. I will very likely never make a reaction video of Cannibal Holocaust. And so I'm okay with that. I don't want to edit that footage. I don't want to, show because I think mostly what you're going to see is this. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see me just looking at the film and being pissed off the entire time. I don't know. Maybe some people would like that. I'm not particularly uh, down for that, but whatever. Um, let's talk about my Letterboxd rating. Um, God, what would I rate this? Honestly, I would probably give this film 2 stars, maybe 1.5. And I don't feel like I'm being generous, okay? Because I think right now the lowest reviewed film that I have on Letterboxd is Craven the Hunter, which I think is like 2 stars, okay? I definitely enjoyed Craven the Hunter more than I enjoyed this. And I think that's saying something. So I would say probably I would give this 1.5 stars, maybe even 1 star, simply because I feel like this was good exposure for me. I also think Eddie here in the chat just said, for what I expected, this movie was more tame than what I expected. Obviously, using the word tame very loosely here. Like, and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because this this movie obviously would have been quite revolutionary in 1980. Um, I don't think it was new to the cannibal movie subgenre or the Mondo film subgenre, but this definitely would have sensationalized it in a way that I don't think a lot of other movies would have at the time. You're seeing what appear to be a lot of human entrails. You're seeing a lot of this stuff, in some cases up close and personal. You're seeing this stuff, but you're also just seeing it. Like, they're not like a lot of movies today. If they wanted to go for, the shock value, they would have gotten in a whole lot closer. They would have they would have put in like really sensory assaulting music to go along with it. They would have really tried to make you just like they would have gone overboard in trying to make you feel sick about this stuff. This movie doesn't really do that because it's trying to be a documentary. And so at the very least, that's, you know, Zell, I have never watched the Saw movies. I have a feeling that after watching this movie, I could probably watch Saw. I don't know. Eddie, if you've seen Saw, I would definitely appreciate your perspective on this. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm not gonna say I enjoyed this movie. I will say that this movie is not going to get a very high Letterboxd rating from me. It's certainly not going to get a heart from me. The movie's got way too much of those as it is. Although I don't think we actually saw any hearts, but you get what I mean. Um, but I will say that I saw this movie, and maybe you did too. If you enjoyed this reaction, please go ahead and thwip the like button. And if you haven't already, consider doing so, or consider subscribing as well. God, I'm off my game right now. Also, if you enjoyed this reaction, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. What'd you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to talk to you about this movie. God, I'm saying that ironically. Um, you can find the full and unedited live stream of these reactions on my YouTube channel. There is a master list of all movies that I watch and respond to. And I'm also, excuse me, and I also have smaller lists mostly by genre. Cannibal Holocaust would be considered a horror movie. And you can find those genre lists on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. And, oh, right. You know what? I'm not even going to try to sell channel memberships during this particular one. I don't want to, and I'm not going to. So, all right. And I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian. And until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Dear God, this movie. All right, hold on. Before I torment, well, I'm not going to torment myself anymore. We had 6 votes, 4 of whom don't play Marvel Rivals. That's fair. And 2 who said it looks great. All right. Zell, I'm going to assume that you're one of the one that says it looks great. So, damn, I'm really digging the season 2 battle pass. Like all of the costumes look great. So, all right, let's see. Eddie refuses to watch Saw even after this. Too much gore even for him. Okay. All right, that's fair. Zell says that the theme is people who are bad are pulled into the traps of Saw, and if they fail within a time limit, they die. Yeah, I mean, I know the premise. I'm just... Saw to me was torture porn, and I've never wanted to really get into that genre, but people tell me that the first Saw is actually really good, and so I might watch it at some point. We'll see. So anyway, let's see. Zell came in and says that Emma Frost is going to be broken. He's going to main her. Emma Frost has a grab attack. Okay, all right. I haven't watched her video yet. I watched the costumes video, and not gonna lie, it looks good. Like if they're trying to get me to purchase the battle passes, I'm definitely going to, because the costumes, all of them look pretty fire. So, all right, CG has avoided watching Saw as well. Doesn't think that he could handle it. That's fair. All right, you sent a trailer in the Discord. Oh, really? Let me take a look. Let's see. Where did you place it? Did you place it in general? You did. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't watched that one yet. I'll take a look at it at some point. Like literally the only thing I've seen was just the trailer that showed off all the costumes for season 2, and I'm like, "Oh, those look so good." Um the Spider-Man one is okay. Like I'm okay with it, but like I don't know. I'm not terribly impressed by it, but like the Iron Fist costume looks good. The the X-Men ones, the ones for Magic and Psylocke, those look good. I like the classic coloring scheme. I like those quite a bit. Cap's Hellfire Gala costume looks great. I think that looks really cool. Cloak and Dagger have got another fire costume coming out. Um, yeah, there's a lot to like in the upcoming season 2 uh, costumes. I think those look great. Like I'm definitely getting that battle pass. So um Eddie will be glad to watch the Minecraft movie after this one in the hopes that it may erase CH from his memory. I don't blame you there, my friend. Might be wishful thinking. Dude, tomorrow night I'm playing Stardew Valley, okay? And that was kind of deliberate on my part. So I get where you're coming from. I understand completely. So don't worry about it. Right. CG says that Emma Frost is an underrated character, so I wouldn't feel surprised if she's great in the game. Really? I don't think Emma Frost is underrated at all. I think she is I think sometimes the writers might focus a little bit on her sexualization too much, but like I've seen her be every bit as competent a leader as Cyclops ever has been depicted, just in different ways, you know. She's a teacher. That's her thing. She's a teacher. And she's a pretty good teacher, actually. And so yeah. All right, Emma Frost in diamond form goes into pure melee mode to do the grab. Oh, nice. Hold on, I needed some water. My throat is feeling a bit parched, so all right. Eddie, I'm gonna say this much for you, and I noticed that you did not ask what I ate before watching this movie tonight. All I'm gonna say is you probably made a wise decision not to ask. So, and they release on the 11th, and Ultron gets added. Does Ultron get added on the 11th? If so, when does Emma Frost get released? I assumed Emma Frost was going to be released on the 11th because they're showing a video of her gameplay already. I figured if they were going to wait on anyone, it was going to be Ultron. So, okay, so they're both getting released in a week? Nice. Okay, well, good. Good. All right. Eddie, you sure you want to know? Because there are some things you can't unknow. Like, let me put it to you like this. What do you think is probably the worst, you know, basic food that you could eat before watching a movie like Cannibal Holocaust? I'll give you a hint. It is not beef tacos, which is already like I can understand why that would have made you queasy. So there you go. I'll give you a hint. Zeldrip says pure steak. That's close. That's close. Not quite. Okay, all right. So you guys went there with steak. Okay, fine. No, ribs. I had ribs, and it was literally right before the movie too. So yeah, that's what it was. I had ribs before eating it, or I ate ribs before watching that movie. I'm going to try to not name the movie as much as possible. So, and I'm fine. My stomach is fine, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I just have the ability to like watch something like this, get angry about it, compartmentalize it, and then just push it away. And in that case, I'm probably privileged in a way that some people are not. So, probably best that it was done beforehand. Yeah, yeah. I did have salad with it too. So maybe I was just thinking about the salad the most. I don't know. Sorry, I had to take my glasses off for a second there. But yeah, like, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. So, all right. Well, it is 11:38 my time, and I don't know. I'm not going to bed anytime soon, but like I don't know. I think I should probably end this stream. I might actually stream some Marvel Rivals gameplay. Like I haven't played today, so I need to get in there and do my dailies at the very least. But yeah, I might do that. We'll see. All right, Zell is getting Bleach Rebirth of Souls tomorrow for the PS5. Oh, nice. Is that a is that a fighting game? Is it a I haven't looked at it, so I don't know. And I'm only marginally familiar with Bleach, so it's a fighting game. Okay, well good. I hope you enjoy it. I don't play a lot of fighting games anymore. It's not to say that I wouldn't, but I don't know, they're not as big my jam as they used to be. Like when I was like a teenager, I loved fighting games. They were the greatest. Now I'm just like, yeah, they're all right, So I don't know. But hi Trouble. Hi baby, how you doing? Come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Your dad loves you. Your dad loves you. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see Trouble in the frame, but she's here. Hi baby. How are you? How about I feed Trouble some treats, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and give her some treats on camera. All right, you guys cool with that? One of my thoughts on Switch 2 prices. Do we know what the Switch 2 prices are? Because I understand that you're gonna be expected to pay at least $500 for a Switch 2, which I mean that's quite a bit for a Switch. I think I paid something like that for the PS5, so I'm not sure what to think about it. I am gonna try to get one for the library though, so. And yeah, $90 for a physical game, that kind of pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. So, all right. You ready for a rival stream if I do it tonight? Okay. Let me get Troublesome treats real quick. Maybe. I feel the need to hug her after watching that movie. Okay, Trouble. Here. You want some treats? Your daddy will give you some treats. Oh, did you drop it? Here, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Stay there. Stay there. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. Okay. All right, Trouble. You get five more. Okay. All right. There you go. He like doesn't care. She's just biting my hands right now. All right, sweetie. You get one more. Okay. I love this kitty so much. This is my best. This is my best baby. This is my best baby, and I love her so much. Okay. All right. And I think she's like, okay, I got my treats. I'm going to go do my own thing now. So, all right. All right. You're going to, okay, you're ready. You're ready for a rival stream. Okay, nice. We're going to do that in just a minute here. But yeah, I think in the meantime, I am ready to be done with this film and this stream. I'm going to, so just so you guys know, if you're on Facebook, my coworkers, Crystal and Esteban and I, we do a monthly live stream on Facebook on our library's Facebook page where we discuss a horror movie once every month. And so we're gonna discuss Cannibal Holocaust on Friday, April 11th. So um, like if you can tune in for that, I'd appreciate it because let me tell you, I'm gonna have some things to say. Um, and I'm sure Crystal and Esteban will as well. So at this point in time, just kind of know that that's coming. And when I get the stream link, I'll try to remember to put it in the description for this live stream, so that way maybe someone who comes along later will click on it and be like, "Oh, this is why he watched that movie. This is why he put himself into that." So worst thing about $90 games is that it's still going to be $90 in 10 years time. Yeah, I know. I know. I feel like we're living in some kind of a capitalist hellscape when it comes to video games and pricing and stuff like that. I mean, whatever. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I'm going to probably start a Marvel Rivals stream in about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to go down, grab like a snack, get some grapes, get anything that is not meat right now, and then, do that. So anyways, thanks to those of you who joined me. I hope this wasn't too big a hit to your mental health, Eddie. I hope, I don't know. I hope you got something out of this. I really do. I will probably never watch a movie like this ever again, and I'm glad for that. So, but in the meantime, thank you guys who came and showed up. If nothing else, I appreciate the moral support. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.